A very warm welcome to the channel. If you're a regular here, you might be thinking that things look a little different. That's because the new kitchen is finally complete and we couldn't be happier with it. So before we make some pizza, let's take a quick look at the new home of Richie the Foodie. Very quickly, a few shout outs. Firstly, massive thanks to our builders, the one and only Mark and Andy from MC Property Pioneer Limited. Absolutely top blokes and a very professional job. So if you're planning any building work and you live in the East Midlands area, I can't recommend these guys enough. You can find them on Facebook under MC Property Pioneer or mcpropertypioneer.co.uk. Give them a look up. Next, big thanks go to Andy, Sarah, Callum and Guy and all the wonderful staff at DKM Kitchen Manufacturers in Derby. First class customer service from start to finish, and of course the kitchen finish and build is absolutely top notch. If you're planning a new kitchen, again DKM Kitchen Manufacturers of Derby come highly recommended. You can find them on Facebook or at dkmlimited.co.uk. Right, on with the show, let's make a pizza. As you probably already know, I'm always harping on about the TM6 and how versatile this machine is. And who doesn't like pizza? A good homemade dough in a thermie, you bet. Now there is a pizza dough recipe on Cookidoo. I've tried it a couple of times and it just doesn't quite work. In my opinion, it's quite difficult to work with and it's too tacky. So I've taken my tried and tested pizza dough recipe and converted it to work in the Thermomix. It's foolproof, it works every time and you're gonna bloomin' love it. I'll also be sharing with you a quick and easy pizza sauce recipe. Okay, I'm very excited. Let's make some pizza dough. This recipe will make enough for 3 large pizzas. First, you need to add 600 grams or 4 cups of strong white bread or pizza flour. Now 2.5 teaspoons or 15 grams of salt and 2 teaspoons or 6 grams of instant yeast. 4 teaspoons or 20 grams of caster sugar. For the purpose of the video, all my ingredients are pre-weighed. Under normal circumstances, make life easy for yourself and use the Thermomix built-in scales. Now let's mix this gently at 15 seconds, speed 2. You will need to pre-weigh your ingredients for this stage. Firstly, set your timer for 30 seconds and set the motor running at speed 3. With the motor running, add 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 330 millilitres or 1 1/3 cups of warm tap water. Once everything is added, stop the motor. Now it's time to fill the thermie in knead mode. Now it's time to let the machine do the hard work and knead for 1 minute, and don't forget to replace the measuring cup like I did here. This is why I love this machine so much. Just look at this dough, absolutely perfect. Not too dry or not too tacky. If your dough is a little bit too tacky, just add a little bit more flour. But your dough should not be sticking to your chopping board or worktop. Now it's time to use your best pizza making skills and form the dough into some odd shaped ball like I've done here. Now grab yourself a large bowl and drizzle generously with olive oil. Pop your dough ball into the bowl and coat roughly with the olive oil. Cover with cling wrap, then put it in a warm place to rise for 1 to 2 hours until it doubles in size. When the time is up, lightly dust your work surface with flour. Remove the dough from the bowl and form into a rough shaped log. If your dough begins to stick, just add a little bit more flour. Now grab a good knife and chop your dough into 3 equally sized pieces. Lightly dust a tray or plate with flour and roughly form each of your dough pieces into balls. As you can see here, they really don't have to be perfect. Now roughly coat your dough pieces in a little bit of flour. Now we'll cover this with a tea towel and leave in a warm place for at least 1 hour. While we wait for that, let's make the easiest pizza sauce in the world. Start by adding 2/3 of a cup or 7 tablespoons of tomato puree, 2 teaspoons of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 heaped teaspoon of dried oregano, 2 tablespoons of water, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and finally 2 minced garlic cloves. Give everything a good mix together and leave until you're ready to assemble your pizza. Now it's time to preheat your oven to 275 degrees Celsius or 530 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oven has a pizza setting, it's time to use it. Now grab yourself an oven-proof pan or any suitable pizza pan. Smear with a little bit of olive oil just to prevent your pizza from sticking, not too much or you'll have a soggy bottom. Now it's time to cook some pizza. Grab one of your dough balls. If you're not going to be making 3 pizzas in one session, your dough will keep in the fridge for up to 5 days or in the freezer for up to 3 months. Just wrap in some cling film to store. Now all you need to do is stretch your dough out into your pan into some kind of rough circle. Now as you can see again, it doesn't have to be perfect like mine isn't here. You need to stretch that dough and get it as thin as you possibly can because it will rise in the oven. Stretch it as thinly as you can possibly get it. I also want to add that my pan is not on any heat here at the moment. I do have to say that life in the kitchen is much more fun if you prepare ahead, and making a pizza is no different. Now it's time to smear that pre-made pizza sauce across our dough. Now the cheese part is totally up to you because it's your pizza. Just remember that you can have too much of a good thing. Here I'm using grated mozzarella, but you can use cheddar or any other cheese of your choice. Here I'm finishing off with some pepperoni. I did have some prepped red onion, but I forgot because I was filming this video. Again, this is your gig, it's your creation. You could add what you want. For example, you could add some bacon, you could add some ham, olives, mushrooms, or dare I say it, pineapple. Should pineapple be on pizzas? Drop a comment below. Now bake on the middle shelf of your preheated oven for 10 minutes or until golden, lovely and crispy. And here is the end result, pure pizza deliciousness. Once you've cooked a pizza this way, you won't be ordering another takeaway. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I wish you all a very safe, happy and prosperous 2024. Do consider subscribing to help me reach the magic 10k.